What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Grow Me Talk. Today we're gonna be having TMB Naturals hanging out with us. Cheers! We got the new little light in the background. What up, Elkanah, Alicia, Root Nerds in the house. Appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us on a Monday afternoon. So let me present to you the team. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Sorry, I'm already burning up right here, getting nervous.
Nothing to worry about, bro.
Yeah, no, it happens, bro. Sometimes when I'm tight schedule, I just kind of like under pressure myself, and I'm just like, oh shit, I gotta hurry up.
Oh yeah, we
so,
know how we know all about that, man.
um, so yeah, happy Monday, you guys. What's new today? What you guys got in the store?
Happy Monday to you too, man, and everyone tuning in. Mondays are usually one of our craziest days. Just so much happens over the course of the weekend that Monday we get hammered with a whole bunch of stuff, fun stuff. But yeah, it's another great Monday, man. We got a lot done, and here we are. We're happy to be here. Happy to
Uh,
connect with everyone, obviously, and yeah, really
yeah,
appreciate
definitely.
you guys having us on the show.
Hi. Nice to meet you guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Vixen is
Not
in
too
the house. Nice.
bad. Kind of, sorta. Not mine.
We're in
Puppy
the
sitting.
StreamYard house. Yeah, so um, yeah, today I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with the CO2 methods and what do you guys like to prefer to put in your grow tents. I actually got to try out a couple of these shake the CO2 shake weight bottles, and to be honest, I've seen some amazing results when I was using them. So I want to get back into it and just start seeing some of the tents with and without, and just doing a little bit more research and just showing the results which you can get by using your products.
Yeah, that would be great, man. The nice thing is you see a noticeable difference when you start adding CO2, especially if you're not using it before. It's such a big component, and it's easily overlooked. And I think a big part of that is because we learn about it when we're so young. We literally learn about
Mhm.
photosynthesis, which is how plants, needed for plants to grow in elementary school. And photosynthesis is water, light, and CO2. So in a grow room, for example, once you have your light, and we know you have the water, you really need to add CO2. And people just forget about it. They think other things are more important. They put their time into adding more lights or more nutrients. But really, when you just go back to the basics, just the very, very beginning of how
Mhm.
plants grow, you realize how important it is. So, we've had people tell us that they've seen a 30, 40, 50, even some people have said 50% yield increase
Wow.
by adding CO2. So it's one of the
Nice.
single biggest things that you can do to your grow room
Mhm.
after the light.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna show you the garden real fast, just so you can see what they're looking at, and then if I can find the pictures, if not, I'll send them to you later on through Instagram or something, so you can check out what they were yielding. Yeah, what they were yielding before with the CO2 bottles.
What's that them at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me. Why is it not popping up big? Yeah, I was like, just I've noticed right away on the next size in the development and stuff. It's like it's not the same when you're not using it. Yeah, there's an echo, crazy.
Yeah.
Hmm. Do you still hear that echo?
No, just when you had the other camera up.
Ah, okay. All right, we won't show the garden.
It looked good though.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Looks good. Nice and clean.
Yeah, I'm jump up there. I'll jump up there so that I can show you. We won't have this echo situation. But yeah, I was like, point was, I was like, I've noticed right away. These last 3 seasons that I haven't been using the TBM shake CO2 bottles. So I was like, a lot of people have said that they don't like they haven't seen that difference, but like I don't know, like somebody that has done different methods and growth methods. Like I've seen it. I know for sure if I start using it, I can start seeing results again. So like that's why I plan definitely to get back in track. But what is the difference from the CO2 that you guys offer versus what is being exposed naturally?
Great question. So naturally in the atmosphere, there's around 350 to 450 ppm or parts per million of CO2 just, on average in the air. But the problem is that the plants will use up that available CO2 in a hurry. And then essentially what happens is that becomes the weakest link or what's known as the limiting factor. And what basically whatever you do, you can add more of this and more of that. Whatever you do, your plants will only grow to that limiting factor. So until you introduce more CO2, you're essentially just throwing money away, right? You're trying all these things, but really you just back to the basics, add that CO2. And our CO2 will bring it up over 1,000 parts per million, 12, 13, 1,400 parts per million. So once you double, triple, quadruple the CO2 levels, obviously your plants are going to react and they start taking up more water, nutrients, food, and just explode. Their health improves. They're able to fight off bugs, disease, pests that much better. And, at the end of the day, your final yield it far exceeds and actually pays for itself when you introduce the CO2, right? It far exceeds what you do without the CO2, and literally we feel like, and not just our CO2, adding CO2, you add CO2 and it's going to pay for itself come final yield.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even, you know what I mean? It's just, and it's right back to it's science, to be honest, right? Just photosynthesis.
Economics. Um, when do you recommend to start using CO2? Like from the beginning of seedling stage, or just like in the middle of stage, or like when do you normally recommend
From start to finish, really.
start to finish?
Yeah.
Is there
Obviously,
certain temperatures it has to reach before like the CO2 actively activates, or is it just like since it's just in the air, it's being absorbed? I'm just like popping up with the questions as they go.
when you use CO2, you can definitely increase the temperature by a little bit. It helps absorb, but
Okay.
maybe by a degree or two. Yeah, that's
But like this,
with
when I
our
was using it, I was in the
CO2.
80s.
What's that?
Like when I was using the bottles, I was reaching up to 80 degrees, 81 degrees, especially during summertime. It's kind of hard where I'm at to control the temperature. So like that, especially with that light booming crazy, and then I was like, it's kind of hard. So I was like, I noticed that the plants really liked, for me, using the CO2, like when it was at 80, between 75 to 80 degrees.
Yes.
But I'm not
Yeah.
like it could just be me or something
No,
that I was just admiring from the plants.
No, they will like that. And it's actually when it gets really hot like that, CO2 is a great, like if you can't afford AC or you know what I mean, your AC is out or whatever the problem might be, you're dealing with heat. Adding CO2 is a great stress relief. And like Travis was saying, the plants can handle hotter temperatures because of the CO2. They're essentially operating and functioning better so that that once you do that, you can give them a little bit more water, you can give them a little bit more food, and they can handle those higher temperatures. So going into the hot seasons when people are like worried about their rooms getting too warm, introducing CO2 is a great way to, kind of alleviate some of that heat stress and push through those warm temperatures.
What up, Frankie's Agronomics?
How do you determine how many bottles in your placement?
Well, we recommend one per, like a 12 by 12 area. That's in
Okay.
feet, 12 feet by
Wow.
12 feet. Uh, but I mean, if you got a bigger room, you can add more.
Yeah, we definitely have lots of people stacking bottles. And then they also work well in smaller situations. If you have a smaller tent or a smaller room, you may not have to shake the bottle every day.
Okay.
Yeah, if anyone
Mhm.
has questions on in terms of like us giving recommendations on their room, please reach out to us. Send us an email, phone us, reach out to us on social media. We're happy to give our advice on how many bottles we feel, because there are a few outside circumstances. Whether you're exhausting, how regular, what's where you're putting the bottle. Sometimes that comes into play if you're in a really small room. So yeah, if people want to get really specific, we're always here to answer those questions. But generally speaking, a 12 by 12 is one bottle, and that would be, we'd encourage people to shake it every day. And the optimal time to shake the bottle, no matter what size room you're in, would be within the first hour of your lights kicking on, as this is when plants take in a big portion of CO2. So if you're around and you can time it to give your bottle a shake when your lights turn on, you're gonna see even better results.
Nice.
Okay.
So then, how long generally
So
would one of those last? I'm totally new to it, so I'm
No worries. No,
gonna
it's
ask all
great.
the rookie questions.
No, it's excellent. One bottle will generally last 2 to 3 weeks at the high parts per million, and then kind of taper off slowly after that. So it doesn't just stop one day. We notice after around 2.5 weeks is where you see the first real decline in the parts per million that it's producing.
mhm.
And then at that point you can either introduce a new bottle. We'll see some people introduce a new bottle and then run that initial bottle for another week or two, because like I said, it is still producing, just not at the high levels we've become known for. Or you can introduce a refill pack. So we do have the refill packs, which just allow users to use that same bottle over and over and over many, many times, and just helps cut back on waste, and obviously saves people a little bit of money as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I like when you guys had that option. I was like, yes, because I was just loving the results, and then I was like, I did notice after like 2 or 3 weeks after you shake it, it didn't have that same fizz or whatever like how the soda was. And I was like, it's getting low, and just hit the grow shop, and yeah, they had the replacement. So I was like, all right, cool. I didn't feel like I had to throw that bottle away and have to go buy a new one. Is there something
Exactly.
specific you recommend to use to clean it,
In
or
terms of
just
when you're,
so
that's a
that
great
you mix
question.
in there?
When you're adding a refill pack, we just recommend that you empty the contents of the bottle, give it a quick
Mhm.
rinse, and then allow the bottle to dry if you can. Just kind of flip it over and let it dry itself out, and then when you add the refill pack, just make sure you're adding the full refill pack, all the contents, and then again just activating it the same way. 1 liter of lukewarm water and a quick shake.
Now, what is the general cost
It's
for
integrated.
the initial setup, the bottle, and
Uh, General cost is $39.99 for the enhancer bottle, and then around $19.99 for the refill.
nice?
So, yeah, when you kind of add up the cost, that's why we say we feel this product definitely pays for itself come final
Yeah.
harvest,
Mhm.
right? Like it's I hate to use the term, it's a no-brainer, but like we really, whether you use our CO2 or not, it's just we really believe that CO2 is so important to indoor gardens, and if you're trying to improve plant health and final yield, you really cannot overlook CO2. It's just so important.
What are some of the recommendations or advice you can give to a new grower or somebody that's willing to try this new experience?
I mean, I guess get the basics set up first. You know, you need a good tent, you need a good light. There's no denying that. Get the basics, but I think once you have those basic elements in place, you should really consider introducing CO2. It's what plants breathe. You know, people, like I said, they overlook or forget, like, as humans we breathe oxygen, as plants breathe CO2, and they go without it and it really affects them. So when you're able to supplement those CO2 levels at such an increase to the norm, that, you know, that 350 to 450, when you're able to double and triple that, you see results, and you see your plants really reacting well to everything else you're doing.
Now, if somebody was on a budget
What
and
are
their
some
first jumping to that or making the investment kind of was like a few weeks, if you had to choose during the grow period when you would implement or when you would get the most benefit from a bottle and a refill, say they didn't want to do, you know, a full 4 months or 3 months or however long, if they're in a longer growing or even autos for that matter, when would you suggest is the most optimal?
I would say from week 1 to 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, flower, obviously.
week 1 to 6? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was like, that's definitely when I started using it more, like on the beginning stages of the flower, and towards the end. The only thing is, I would make sure to take out the bottle when I was ready to shake it, because you know how it has that little hole in the top. I'll just put my finger in and just like shake it. But if you release it too fast, it just go.
Yes,
So
yeah,
like I
that
wasn't sure if those little gases or whatever liquid was gonna harm the plant. I was just like, I'm gonna just do this outside. I'm not gonna have it being shook on.
that's a good way to do it. Yeah, it won't.
But
We
yeah,
recommend, not getting the actual contents on the plants, but if you do, it's not the end of the world. It's obviously all natural, but we just don't want to disturb. You know,
oh
you don't want to
cool.
disturb them in any way, and you know, there's no need to. So that's a good way to do it. Just give it a quick shake like that, and then, you know, put it right back in there.
Very cool.
Oh yeah. I was like,
And
yeah, what gave you guys that idea to come up with the stand? Because I was like, that was perfect. I was like, I didn't even know until I went on you guys' website that you guys had a stand. I went over there, put some zip ties, and had it hanging up there. I was like, I did what I could, but hey, now I know that there's proper tools or specific things for the gadgets. You know, it doesn't hurt nothing just to get those, and it lasts long term.
yeah, that's exactly right. And you nailed it. You want to have the enhancer CO2 bottle above the plant canopy. That's vast majority of the time. This is how you want to do it, because CO2 is a heavier gas, and it wants to fall down. It wants to sink. So it's important you have it above
Mhm.
the plant canopy, and then if you have an oscillating fan to kind of evenly spread it around your room, that's very ideal.
Yeah, and there is a hanger for it as well, along with that plant or the state CO2 enhancer station that you're talking about. So there is
Mhm.
a hanger as well.
Yeah,
Also,
we started
there's a
hanging
hanger
it,
version. Oh yeah.
and then
Yeah.
yeah, and then more recently we're kind of cradling it. So a few different options for people out there.
Hmm.
Definitely. So, you guys offer more than just CO2 products. What are some of the other products that you guys, I guess, recommend to use or that you guys offer?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we started out with CO2. We started out with a single product, but have worked our way over the last 15 years to a number of products now. We have an all natural granular pH up and down.
This is it right here, yeah.
Nice.
Ooh,
That's yeah.
that's
This has
for the
been
pH up and down. Oh, that's for down and then up.
Yeah, it's been really well received. It's all natural, obviously. It's granular. There's no dyes, no fillers. And one of the biggest things is it doesn't harm the beneficial bacteria. It's so gentle that it won't harm that. And another thing that I think it's easily to overlook is when you're using, a corrosive acid as a pH down or a pH up, you're just wiping out so many of the beneficial things that you may have been just adding. It's just easy. People think, oh, I just grab the liquid pH up and down because that's how I've always done it. But when you really look into that, like, and when you think what that would do to your skin, if you get that on your skin, then you
Yeah.
just have to ask yourself, what is that doing to your plants? Right? It's dangerous.
Like, well, I did notice that like if you add certain products, like if you just add all the mixes without really having a preference of adding, it's not only gonna look all muddy, but your pH level starts swinging up and down crazy, and then you start adding constantly, like you mentioned the liquid. I've used the liquid before, so I would add, and it would still go down, and then it would just go swing back up, and I was like, what is going on? What can I guess what do you recommend, or what is going on when that's happening?
I recommend using this pH because then you won't get the fluctuation like that. But that's what happens
The
with
fluctuation?
the liquid pH. You get a lot of cancellations basically out of your fertilizer. So yeah, that it's a good option, natural, non-caustic, and like Josh was saying, doesn't harm the beneficial bacteria.
Does it
It's
dissolve
it's also
pretty
it's
easily?
also highly concentrated, right? So you're not paying for water. A lot of the liquid pH is
Yeah.
80-90% water. We've just eliminated that. Like I said, there's no fillers in it. It's just very pure. You only need a little bit. You need to sprinkle it in there, right? So it's great value. It's way better for your plants. It's so much safer for anyone in your house, whether it's yourself or your kids or your siblings or your pets. You don't have to worry. And if anyone's ever seen what a
Yeah.
liquid pH burn looks like on your skin, you'll realize that this is definitely a better alternative because it's not going to burn your hands. It's not going to burn a hole in your body. So
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing that you're not adding the dye. And then by you guys saying that it's concentrated, it's something that's gonna last long term. We use pH up and down pretty frequently. I'm not sure most growers do, but for the ones that are not in living soil, we definitely use that up and down pretty often. And if you can save some money, shit, why not?
I'm
yeah,
living
for
soil,
sure.
but it interests me because then at least it's not going to harm the everything I've got going in there. Beneficial microbes to just the soil environment in general. And all my
Exactly.
amendments. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing that's not killing the beneficial microbes.
Exactly. And once again, it's just one of those things that's easily overlooked, right? You could be adding all these beneficials and then go to pH your water and you just cancel everything out, right? You literally just flushed all that money down the toilet, all that goodness is gone, and then you've done more harm. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you're putting in beneficial products. You're putting in dangerous chemical products, right? That are doing more harm than good. So just be aware. Just have another look for growers out there who use pH on the regular. Just have another look. Just think about it a little bit hard about what exactly you're doing, and yeah, just sometimes it just takes that. Sometimes it just takes a talk like this for people to be like, "Holy smokes, I didn't even realize that." And we talk to people all the
Mhm.
time who say just that, like, I didn't even realize I was doing that. And it's one of those things. It's such a there's such a multifaceted approach to growing that it's hard to remember everything. You can't know everything. You can't learn everything. It's tuning into events like this, connecting with people
Mhm.
like you guys, and just kind of educating yourself as much as you can, and trying to be better, and trying to grow a better plant and obtain a better harvest. And hopefully some of the things that we share today will help growers do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. That is some good information. I was like, what are some of the events that you guys plan to participate in this coming year?
This coming year, well, Spanibus just ended a few months back. We definitely like to be at Spanibus in Spain this coming year.
Nice.
In terms of
Mhm.
events, our big focus, or one of our focuses right now, is a new retailer that we've just connected with, by the name of Canadian Tire here in Canada. And they have
Oh,
about
nice.
500 stores across the country. And yeah, we're slowly, gaining ground, and putting our products in more and more stores every day. And we do have some store days, some customer appreciation days, kind of thing that we're going to be doing. We're going to be touring around to a number of Canadian Tire locations, and just telling people about our products, giving
Mhm.
away a bunch of free stuff, just trying to give back to our local community, and obviously all the growers who support us and who have supported us over the years, and hopefully will continue to do so.
Yeah, that's good. It's always nice to be able to at least to be able to communicate like this with either the company or the people that are literally working the products. Um, like a lot of the things that you use, like you mentioned, you don't really know what you're putting into either your body or your garden, and it doesn't really hurt much to just do a little bit of research, try to get some educational information about it, and if it's something that's beneficial and it's still cost effective, you keep it around, and if not, at least you got educated and you can
Mhm.
recommend to the people for with the information that you found. Yeah. So I definitely appreciate you guys taking time out of your day and being able to hang out with us. It means a
Mhm.
lot to us.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you inviting us on the show. And, to be honest, we've always tried to make ourselves as available as possible to anyone who's supporting us, anyone who's using our products. Like I said before, reach out to us, send us an email, call us 888-543-8988. You can hit us up anytime. We're on just about any social media platform that you can find. And like, we really try to answer every single message, every single email. We try to get back to every single phone call. Like, it's one of those things that we've always kind of said, we're never going to be out of touch. If you want to,
Mhm.
if you want to ask us direct questions about your grow, we're more than happy to answer anything, and talk to anyone, and just try to help as much as we want. We love the industry. We're super passionate about it. We kind of eat, sleep, and breathe it. So we're more than happy to hear from anyone, and to be honest, we really like connecting with people as often as we can.
Awesome. So I'm still kind of curious on the 12 by
Most
12
definitely.
versus like a 4 by 4. How would you use the same bottle differently?
How would you use the same bottle differently in a 12 by
Mm-hmm.
12 compared to a 4 by 4?
Because I have a 4 by 4. Well, I
Okay.
have two 4 by 4s.
Okay. Are you exhausting, or are they sealed up?
Exhausting, yes.
And is the exhaust constant?
It's no, it's not. I've got it
Like, it
on. It's like a timer. It kind of just shifts.
kicks on when it needs to?
Mm-hmm.
And 4-inch ducting?
Yep.
Okay, so in a 4 by 4, if it's kicking on like that, you can probably get away with, well, you can definitely get away with shaking the bottle every day, because there's no concern of overdoing the CO2 if your exhaust is kicking on. If
I
you
could
were
feel the exhaust too, but yeah. It's the same
yeah,
battery.
and if you were in a 4x4 sealed up, that's when we might give, you probably don't need to shake the bottle every single day. That
Okay.
would be too much. If you could probably do it every second day, every third day kind of thing if you're sealed up. If you're
Okay.
exhausting like that, you don't have to worry. So we encourage daily shaking.
Okay.
And then in terms of the 12x12, the same. We would probably recommend you shake it every day in that space. And you know what, if you want to really kind of turn things up, that's right at kind of the max for one bottle. We have seen people introduce a second bottle at times if they want to be a little bit more aggressive. And like I said, if you're exhausting, you don't have, there's no concern there. And what we find is the plants will generally take in the CO2 that they want, and if they've kind of had enough, they just kind of leave it alone on their own. But
Awesome.
it's such an important thing when you're growing indoors.
Mhm. Yeah, it's my next step. So you convinced me.
Well,
But I've
that's
been
great.
growing for like a year. I just haven't got around to going that route yet.
Yeah, it can be a lot to some people, and to go the whole tank and regulator route, and that sometimes is more than people want to do, and we understand that. That's why we've made it so simple, right? It's just add a liter of
Yeah.
warm water and give the bottle a shake, and you have CO2. There's no other equipment needed. It doesn't produce any heat. It's just very, very easy, very user friendly, and highly effective.
I think the tank also probably turned a lot of people off. So this is a much more feasible option and easily controlled. What about as far as any type of monitors or anything like that? Or is it ever get too much for a space? What if you're in an apartment, like, a 1 or 2 bedroom and you've got your grow in there? Is it ever anything that's of concern, or is it not enough to worry about?
No, you're good. Yeah, as
A
long as
loaded
we
question.
don't
Sorry.
recommend sleeping in the same room with it,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's not going to harm you. There is a spot where you don't want to have too much CO2, which is really bad for you and plants actually, having way too much CO2. But this product is safe, and you have nothing to worry about when it comes to that. And yeah, just we just hope people feel safe using our product. That's why we came up with it. We didn't like having a burner in our room. I mean, that's a little more sketchier than having what
Yeah.
we have, right? So yeah, no, you're all safe.
Very cool.
Yeah, the
That's
plants will
cool,
take up the
definitely. Yeah.
plants take up the majority of the CO2 anyways, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
before, yeah.
They basically,
Mhm.
reach out and they grab it. They want it. So when it's floating through the
Very
atmosphere,
good.
they're trying to take it in. So
Nice.
It's heavier than air. That's why you hang it above the plant canopy, so it kind of just cascades down.
Yep. Very cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, you have a new customer.
Yeah, it's like you guys are definitely spreading some knowledge right here for sure.
I hope so, man.
So
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean,
what are some of the? Have you guys grown any cannabis plants yourselves?
oh yeah, for many, many,
What
many, many years now.
what has
Yeah.
what has been some of your favorite strains that you have grown?
Some roadkill skunk,
I knew
maybe.
you were gonna say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
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 I like Cindy or Cinderella, you might know it as, but that was a really good
Mhm.
strain, really fruity.
Cindy 99.
Cindy
The
99,
Cinderella
yeah.
77.
Or
Or
that one,
79,
yeah,
yeah.
Cinderella. Yeah, there's a bunch of different phenos, but I mean, that's a
And
pretty good strain.
Green Crack's always back in the day
Yeah.
when Green Crack hit the scene. Holy smokes.
Yes.
Keeps
I
keeps
missed
me
that
or
one so much.
gets you
Yeah.
coming back, that green crack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some Kush,
Yeah.
maybe the good old Kush. Yeah.
Yeah. Can never go wrong with the Kush.
Um,
Oh.
I'd say my biggest producer was probably a teacup strain for size wise. I wouldn't say it was the best, but it produced well.
Just biggest yielder.
Yeah. I call it fool's
Yeah.
gold.
Fool's
Fool's
gold.
gold. Yeah. Because it looks
Damn.
amazing. Then you try a puff
Where,
of it and you're like, eh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
you know
Good
where
weight.
that breeder's coming from?
Pardon?
You know
What's that?
where that genetic comes from? Like the breeder?
Uh, I'm not sure
Don't know on
actually.
that one.
No. No, but it's
No,
from
really.
have you ever heard of the troll strains? So it's like it's called a troll strain.
Mm,
You basically grow it
the trophy.
anywhere. Like
Mm.
it's got a really weird life cycle. The hours of growing don't
Wow.
matter. It's not like a 12 and 12.
Mhm.
It'll flip in, it's
Oh, when
like
she's ready.
you can put it under some stairs with no light and the thing's going to grow and flip. It's like a troll strain. It's from the family of trolls is the is where that came from.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what I love about these genetics. They're just, and well, this plant, they're just resilient, you know? They just want to thrive and live.
The teacup's really good for outdoor.
And
So
it
if you're
brings
doing outdoor.
the teacup, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the name of the genetic, the
Yeah.
teacup. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to do some research later on.
Huge producer.
So like, I'm not sure how what's your preference from seed or from clone, or how do you guys would grow your genetics?
Both, to be honest.
I find seed you get a bigger yield. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, you could take clones off of that thing for years.
Yeah.
That's the beauty about having a female being.
hmm
That was, I guess, would come to my next question would be feminized or regs. Like, have you guys grown regular beans, or is your preference mainly feminized? So you don't have to go through a hunt.
Yeah, we try for the feminized for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or else it can ruin our whole thing.
Yeah,
You know?
really. Been there, done that.
You don't
Yeah.
want someone sneaking in that wasn't invited to the party.
Exactly. Yeah. Good way to put
It was
it.
an all girls party, not a dude. Well, you're
That's
not welcome
Right.
here. Oh, shit.
Had
That's
that
good stuff right
happen.
there. Well, it's good to ask, you know. Some people just have the preference, like me coming into the game, I not know anything. I was just excited to be able to grow the plant, and then to be able to find out that there's a male and female. Well, that you know, that's where it kind of sucks because you're always looking for the bud. You know, that's the whole reason you got into growing. At least for me, I'm coming to smoke a lot. I've been in the dispensary game. You know, it's not very cheap to be out on the roads and looking for the stuff, and you put yourself in sticky situations. So homegrown is definitely the way to go. You know,
It
you grow it
definitely
to
is.
the
I
best
wish more
potential that
people
you
would.
can.
Yeah.
And
More people got to hear that.
you get to.
It is the way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like some of the stuff that you'll produce at home, even if it's the lower quality, will still beat some of the stuff that you'll find in the dispensaries. And it's not cheap too. So it's like you're paying $60 an eighth. I was like, all money adds up real fast.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we always encourage people to grow their own. I mean, you just know exactly what's going into it, and there's something about growing a plant. You know what I mean? There's something about watching it grow. It's good for. It's just does so much for you as a person, right? I don't know, man. It's just something about being in the garden, watching that plant grow, right, and just watching you create it. It's healthy on a number of different levels, and yeah, it's one of those things that can't quite figure out why, but just it's sweet being in the garden. I'm sure you guys would agree.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. And then too, you know what's in your flower at the end of the day. So even if whether you're using living soil or you're using chemical or whatnot, it's still what you put in it. You didn't spray it with something, or you didn't coat it or enhance it in any way at the end, and just to get better bud or something. But so yeah, that and the satisfaction of smoking it after you've grown it. And you're like, wow, I did this.
I did this. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I talk to my girls when I'm in the tent. I'm like, good morning, girls. Turn the light on.
And they like that.
They exactly. Yeah. There's some truth behind that too.
Mhm.
Be nice to your plants. Say nice things to your plants.
Oh yeah.
Right?
You guys are in Canada?
Yeah,
You
we're
guys
in British
mentioned
Columbia.
earlier, huh?
British
Yeah.
Columbia, Canada, far west coast.
There you go. 420 Thanks is right there next to you, buddy. Cheers, everybody in the chat.
That's
Hope everybody's having a
Ontario?
wonderful day.
Yeah.
Packing a bowl, smoking a joint, whatever your preference is. Just pack it nice and fat.
How far are you guys from Ontario?
That's kind of like the other side of the country from us. So maybe a good 8-hour plane ride, or about a 5 or 6 day car ride.
Yeah.
bit of a hike.
Wow.
I know a few people up there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of just spread apart. So you always think, oh, you're in Canada. You guys got to be neighbors, Like,
Right?
they're like, no, they're clear over on the other side. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty spread out up here, that's for sure.
So I forgot to say happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. So I sorry about that. And luckily you guys have the green. I have the green.
Oh, yeah, there you
I
go.
see something green in her background. So we're all covered. Nobody gets pinched today.
Don't think I'm rocking green today.
I don't know.
I
Your
checked my
background
socks or
looks
something.
green, so I just painted it green.
Yeah.
Here, I got you. We got some.
Yeah,
Here,
right.
you got some green.
Nice.
Like, here you go.
But that's yeah. My purse has green in it, so we're good then. Yeah.
So, what do you guys have planned for today? Do you guys celebrate St. Patrick's Day?
Man, we've been so busy with work lately that I didn't. To be honest, you reminded me that it was St. Patrick's Day today. It's just another Monday for us, and there was a lot of things that needed to be done today. And those kind of things, right? Like, unfortunately, we should be going out.
Yeah.
All I know is we gotta be back here super early in the morning for another crazy day, and it just kind of never stops.
ending.
Yeah. How about you guys though?
No,
You gonna get out?
I feel you. Well, especially.
No, not me. I'm puppy sitting and another early day at work tomorrow.
Yeah. You know how it is.
Oh yeah. Normally I broadcast or stream from my office at 7 o'clock at night, and then I finish up and then head home. So, but I left work today at 5:30. That was like, wow. So unusual for me.
Wow.
So for 20
Canadian Tires Canada. Oh, okay.
What up, Jack Ash? Welcome. I'm actually gonna roll up some of this super lemon haze that I chopped a while ago. She's just been curing, and she smells like some sour lemon heads.
So 420 Things Grow asked if TNB is in all Canadian Tires Canada wide yet.
Working on it.
We are working
Working on
towards
it.
that. Yeah, we are working towards that. If you are looking for our products in your Canadian Tire, we would definitely appreciate you, asking the staff, asking the store manager. A lot of them are waiting for requests, right? They want to know that our products are going to sell. They want to know that growers are looking for them. So, if that would just mean the world to us. If you guys want our products at your Canadian Tire, please go and talk to people, ask who's in charge, ask to speak to, the person who brings in new products, ask to go into the garden section. It sometimes it takes a little bit of effort. Some of these guys are, reluctant to, try new things, but customer requests will just are so astronomical in helping make these decisions and helping push things forward. So please go and request T&B Naturals at your local Canadian Tire.
Mhm. That helps. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Big time.
help
Yeah.
spread the love, man. You get them into your local grocery stores,
That too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Request us at your local grocery store.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to stock a product that they don't have a current need for or a current demand for. So if that demand comes to them, then they'll fill it.
Mhm.
Yeah, like if you go in there, you start asking like, "Hey, you got that TNB Naturals? Give me all the products, whatever you got from them."
Like, okay, well, I'll go to him because he carries it. Yeah, they'll stock it.
Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, let's see. Canna Alicia asked, "Do you have an online store?" She's American. Where can she find it?
Yeah. www.tnbnaturals.com. You can find us
Yeah.
all over the web. I mean, we're on Amazon, Walmart, you name it, all those places.
Nice.
I appreciate
Many
you
hydroponic
for
stores all over.
looking out, bro.
Yeah, your local hydroponic store, always a good choice. But
Yeah.
if,
That's where we recommend.
if you prefer to order online, you can definitely hit us up.
Crimson says his store carries it, and he goes to Grow Depot, which they carry almost everything.
Grow Depot. Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had our stuff for a while now.
The crystals are far between these days. Damn.
Yeah, he's in
Yeah,
Ontario.
sometimes it is a lot easier just to order online. Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
For sure.
but
Mhm.
Yeah. And
100%.
we get that. We've always wanted to make our products readily available to anyone anywhere in the world, and that's why we've always had the website. If there's not a grocery store in your area, or we've had so many people being like, man, the closest grocery store is like 100 miles away. I'm like, oh, like, so if having it delivered to your doorstep is a better option, then we totally understand, and we're here to help you with that.
Especially Amazon. Everybody's got access.
Totally.
yep, gotta love Amazon.
Green Shed Gardens, Frost Factory said his local hydro store is where he first learned it. You guys.
What was that story? His local first hydro store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
His
actually
local
based in
hydro.
Canada as well.
Where he first learned about it.
First learned about it. Oh, that's excellent. That's amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would love hearing that.
That's awesome.
Very good.
Elle says we don't have a grocery store.
We almost lost all ours too.
Yeah.
So we got one left here
Oh,
where we
wow.
live. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole big online thing just kind of took over a bunch of the smaller markets, even bigger ones like Macy's and certain stores like that. They just closed down. So they go straight online.
True.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very true.
Hmm.
Things are shifting.
Yeah.
Hmm. But we gotta remind ourselves that it's, we're in this together, so we gotta help the local people too. Help them
Yeah.
thrive, help them remain alive. 'Cause that's what feeds their families.
Absolutely.
Well, appreciate you come hanging out with us 420 things.
Oh, thank you.
He is bouncing out. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this night. So, is there any shout outs that you guys would like to give, or?
Definitely. I mean, first and foremost, shout out to you guys for having us on the show. Shout out to
Thank
anyone
you.
who's yeah, to anyone who's ever supported our brand, used our products, sold our products at their store. All the growers, shout out to you guys. Shout out to all of our distribution partners all across the globe. We have about 30 or 20. I won't sit here and name every one of them, but huge shout out to all of our partners. Just anyone who's ever supported us, man. It's so appreciated, so appreciated, and we feel pretty blessed to be in this industry first of all, and to be able to wake up and do this every day. Like, I know I mentioned earlier that Mondays are crazy, but like we look forward to Monday. Like I like Monday, it's because we're
Right.
coming into something that we enjoy doing. So, with everyone's support, we can continue to bring out, good all natural products. We actually have had a couple new releases in the last little bit since our pH up and down. For people that check out when you have a chance, we have a plant booster called the Enricher. Seeing a lot of
Ooh.
success with it right now.
There it is.
Hell.
Standalone, yeah, standalone product, and very very effective. Deep dark green plants, way more blooms, and dissolves instantly. Obviously all natural again, and kind of the sleeper, we call it the sleeper from our line. It's probably our least known product, but the results are amazing. And we've always just said, we just, as more and more people try it, it's gonna pick up more and more steam. So keep an eye out for the Enricher. We also, our very newest release is called Kelptastic. Not sure if anyone's
Nice.
seen this one,
Oh,
but
yeah, I
this
saw
is
that online. I was like, oh snap, they have the kelp now.
yeah, we have the kelp now. Super happy with this product. It's made right here from on the shores of the North Atlantic, which is
Nice.
one of the most nutrient rich areas in the world.
Mhm.
So it's just a very, very easy way to add a ton of beneficial goodness to your garden. And when we kind of explain it, kelp or seaweed it's almost like the catcher of the sea. It just catches
Mhm.
all this goodness, right?
Right.
And it kind of the filter of the sea. Sorry, I couldn't remember that filter of the sea, and it just catches all this goodness, and we package it into this nice dry soil amendment that is also available now. So anyone looking to add like kind of a natural plant fertilizer to their regime, please consider Kelptastic. It'll work for your plants, flowers, shrubs, trees, compost, lawns, just
Oh,
about
Mhm.
anything that grows. This product will assist with. So it's probably our most versatile product, just because it can be used in so many different areas. So keep an eye for Kelptastic, and if it's something you're interested in, please recommend it at your
Mhm.
local grow store.
oh.
Cool.
So when do you apply these the kelptastic and the other one that you had mentioned before?
So the enricher is just once every two
Enriching.
weeks. Yeah, just once every 2 weeks, and just on days when you're watering, not when you're feeding. So just
Mhm.
standalone. And
So
the Kelptastic has a number of different applications, which we have all broke down to on the packaging. So whether it's, like I said, whether it's trees, flowers, shrubs, whatever it might be. There's very specific recommendations on when and how much to use, given the situation.
Definitely appreciate you showing that out. Yeah, I was like, the other thing I did see that you guys also carry your own brand trimmers, which that's always handy, man. You always need some new trimmers when you're after a nice harvest day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we have our own branded trimmers. We have the straight
Nice.
blade and the curved blade,
Sweet.
and yeah, man, people love them. They're super nice and sharp, really comfy on the hands, and they do an awesome job. So, if you guys are looking for trimmers too, definitely keep the Team Be Naturals line in mind.
Very cool.
Sometimes we do a little giveaway at the top of our website with the trimmers on orders too. So there's another little bonus.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
If you go there,
good
you'll see it
looking
at the
out,
top of the
yeah.
website right now. You get some free
So,
trimmers.
okay. Make sure you hit the website and go check that out. Check out your some new CO2s. You got the Kelptastic, and so just a lot of good stuff coming. Check them out.
please do.
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, definitely thank you guys for having for coming to hang out with us. Would if you guys are interested, we're always honored to have you guys back on and continue the fun. If you guys are you guys like consuming, this is a feel free, just be yourself kind of room, just have good times. Make memories as we grow together.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, thanks,
I
man.
appreciate that, Oscar.
Appreciate you guys
Yeah.
taking the time tonight. So that's
Yeah,
awesome. And I learned a lot. So that's very cool.
well, that's awesome. Thank you for
Yeah,
joining
thank
us,
you.
Vixen, and thank you for having us on. It's definitely fun to chat with you guys, and
Mhm.
really appreciate your
Absolutely.
guys' time. Yeah, thank you for taking the time to sit down with us.
Most welcome.